Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Live with me, Doodles. And tonight we're going to be joined by Jason and Jay from Detecting for Veterans. But before I bring them on, I would like to say thank you very much for coming along and joining us this Friday. And in the description below, you'll find a link for the Detecting for Veterans Facebook group and YouTube channel. So please pop over and check them out. Anyway, let's bring Jason and Jay on as well. Hello, Jason and Jay. Welcome to the stream.
Evening.
Oh yeah.
Evening, right?
How are we all doing?
Good.
Not bad.
Good. So,
Christmas tree up today.
That's all, by I think the wife wants to put hers up on the weekend as well, though, to be fair. So, we know what you've been doing today. Anyway, Jason, put the Christmas tree up. So, how have you been today? What's it been like for you down south at the moment?
Yeah, it just seems normal. It's, the things you see when you go out to get stuff, it looks like it's normal. It's the shops, the main supermarkets are busy, click and collect places around town are busy. It's just weird. It is weird. I know a lot of people have got COVID now who I know. We know it's here, but it still seems normal. It's very strange, this lockdown compared to the first one. First one, when I was working for the first 9 weeks, there was no traffic or anything. It was very, very strange, but it's still this. It's down here. It seems like the same, but the smaller businesses are shut. Very strange.
Right. Yeah. How has it been for you, Jay?
I mean, doing what I do. I mean, obviously, I own a funeral director, so for us, it's just business as usual. But like Jason said, everything seems to be open. Like, saying non-essential shops shouldn't be open, yet everything's open, and you just think, well, what the hell are we doing? Why? The only thing that you're stopping is people having any form of enjoyment, like going to the pub, or going out for a meal. Everything else is open. It's bizarre.
Yeah. We took our daughter to the park the other day, and the park was absolutely rammed.
Yeah.
And there's groups of parents together, 6-7 strong. I'm just thinking, it's mad. Doesn't anyone realise what's going on? It's like we're saying. The only thing the government is stopping is people meeting up indoors in pubs. And that's about it, really. It doesn't make sense this time round. First time round, I was completely for it. Lock us all down, keep us safe. And we came back off lockdown, and it seemed to be all right. And all of a sudden, it spiked back up again pretty fast, didn't it? But I link that back to the schools and universities going back.
Yeah, and they keep leaving it open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's mad, my girls' school, year 8, year 11, have got COVID cases. Well, shut the whole school down. For 2 weeks. Shut it down, get over it, and see what happens after that. Because that teacher she's been teaching with, they can go and teach another year. It doesn't make sense, does it? It's like...
it is mental. So we'll get on a wee bit, but so for the two of you, how did you both of you are metal detectors as well? So how did you actually get into metal detecting? What started you both off in the hobby of metal detecting?
Watching Time Team, I think.
Time Team.
Yeah. Watching Time Team. I've always wanted to go on an archaeological dig anyway. Watching that show. And in 2015, I saw an advert for around this area. Someone was saying a metal detector, and I thought, I'd love to give that a go. And someone I knew said, look, there's a group called Southern Detectorists, join them. And I did, and I bought what did I buy? A Eurotech machine. Great machine that is, for a starter. Great machine. I found my first hammer with that. Yeah, so 5 years now I've been detecting. It's 5 years for me. Yeah, it's a great hobby. You just don't know what you're going to find here.
No, definitely not.
Mainly rubbish.
Yeah. But we'll talk about Jay's finds later. But how long have you been detecting, Jay?
I came out of the mob in '95, and I think it was probably 1997, the first time I was introduced to it. I'm always fascinated with history and the whole, like, who held this particular thing, who did it belong to, and then to actually sort of start pulling these things out of the ground, and it fascinated me. So ever since, and I think the first one I ever bought was as most people did, was an Ace 250. A long time ago. I borrowed detectors off other people, but first one I bought was an Ace 250. Found my first gold ring with that, and half a sovereign, and I was hooked, absolutely hooked.
That's just showing off now, like a gold ring and a sovereign.
Yeah. I found a Victorian posy ring.
Nice. And have you still managed to keep that, or did that get coined?
No. I've still got it. It's in a box somewhere. So much flipping stuff. It's just it's here somewhere.
He's got his own museum.
Yeah.
I haven't got any hammers. Before anybody starts, I haven't got any hammers.
Oh well.
I've got 10 hammers.
I've got a few, but I haven't found any in the last few years.
Have you not? No, but yeah, they are rare. They're rare up in Scotland. Well, I say they're rare because I didn't find them. I find one every couple of years. Like, but no,
you get a lot of hammers down this way. Lots of medieval down Somerset, the south coast. There's a lot of medieval down there.
Yeah, I've seen a lot, like especially down south with a few of the YouTubers. But shall we say, the opportunity, big hammers. They seem to pull out like nice big hammers.
Yeah.
All the hammers I've found are like pennies.
I found Edward pennies and Henry pennies and stuff, small stuff.
Yeah, the dig I put on across from my house, it must be 8 weeks ago, 2 people found 2 Charles I shillings. Oh, what a coins they are. Absolutely gorgeous. But like you said, all I found is real small hammers.
John Clayton from Metal Detecting in Devon, he had his mate time team dig up his garden. They found nothing. Just called it a waste of time.
That's what we find here, look.
Oh, right. Have you been speaking tonight?
There's just crotal bells everywhere. I've got loads of them. I think I've got about half a dozen of the bloody things. They're just everywhere.
See, that's on my wish list to find one of them.
It's my number one bucket lister.
Yeah.
There's loads of them everywhere. You find stuff like that, and like, I don't know, like I've got a bloody pot leg here, like a pot leg.
Oh, I found a pot leg,
but there's no hammers. Well, there is, but I just can't find them.
Yeah, you listening to the wrong signals, mate.
Yeah. It's the Knox. It only finds Roman. It doesn't find anything else. It's set to Roman.
Yeah. On your land, definitely. So is that what you're using now, a Knox then?
Huh?
Is that what you're using now, a Knox?
Yeah.
And what I use? Yeah. Is it the 800?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you finding that, especially for you, because I've never really found Roman with or I've not found Roman with the Knox anyway, but I hear a lot of time with Roman signals, a lot of folks say that it's scratchy signals. Is that true?
Yeah, I got a silver knee brooch the other week off my field, and it's solid. They've tested solid silver knee brooch, and and that was just like probably not 8 inches, something like that, and it was just the weirdest. Like, you could get it one way, but it wasn't very clear, and then sort of turned 90 degrees and did it again, and it still wasn't very clear. And I thought, well, in for a penny, I'll dig it, and sure enough. It just sounded like it needed digging, but I guess it's a machine, isn't you?
With a lot of Roman sites, so they are very highly mineralized, aren't they? Iron.
Oh, I mean,
if you get a hot spot, it's mad.
I've handed over something the other day, and it's a crucifixion nail, massive crucifixion nail, handed over to the flow.
Nice. And what age would that be?
Well, they think the site is 2nd century, so 2nd, 3rd century.
Wow,
most of it.
But that Roman I found last week, week before last,
that was solid,
yeah, that was a solid 19. The last signal next to my car.
Yeah, and you think that's just going to be a bit of can?
Yeah, and I thought, oh, then I saw it and I thought, Christ, that's a Roman, and that's the only third piece of Roman I found on my permission, which is a 10th century manor house. And someone said, "Oh yeah, it's a fake."
Yeah.
But Jay said, soak it in lemon, which I did, and obviously it's come out to be a rare Roman actually, because it's the only second one recorded in the UK.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good point.
And it's a left facing bus as well, which is rare as well.
Some of these might be silver. I don't know. I mean, that's just for this year.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to clean them up.
That's unreal. Like,
it must get boring. It must get boring after a while if you keep on finding that same kind of. There's never Roman. There's never Roman. There's never Roman.
That's why I love finding artifacts now. You dig a coin, you just think, yes, it's another Roman coin.
Yeah.
Or if you get a nice denarii, it's like, oh yeah, nice one. But I still prefer finding the artifacts every time.
Yeah, I'll put this comment up for you, Jason. There's a comment for Detector Kev. How can he donate money? Because Detector Kev, I don't know if you've seen his channel. He makes cannon toys, lead cannon toys from musket balls and the lead that we find detected. So he's asking, how can I donate money from the toys to the veterans charity?
We have got a Just Giving page if anyone wants to donate to that. It's Detecting for Veterans. I'll send you the link later on for that if you want. It's we can go there, or we got our own CIC bank account. They can, give it to us through that way as well. Yeah. But we are. I've looked into it. We're allowed to collect like a charity as well, so we can have collection boxes, and we're allowed to go to shows and do it. That kind of way as well. So that's what we're going to try and aim for next year, is to hit the road running next year. Get a few more people on board, like someone to do the website all the time. I'm going to get Jay on board official next year. If all goes to plan. But like you say, all things take time, don't it? It's running the odd dig here and there, it's great, but I've got the opportunity now to do it full time, which I am. But this COVID's a bit of a spanner in that. But I'm still emailing farms and big estates, trying to get.
How is this lockdown affecting? Obviously, because you go out organising your digs. How's it actually affecting you with the new rules, especially in the lockdown too? Because I know you look at it daily and you post up when they sneak.
Yeah, I think, to be honest now, I think there's someone at the DCMS has put a spanner in our works on purpose. Because if I can get in my car with my shotgun, I haven't got one, I used to, but I can go to my permission and go rough shooting on that farm, but I can't pick up my metal detector and use it on that farm. What is the sense in that?
Yeah,
personally, I don't feel like it's a witch hunt. It feels to me like, because there's been so many individual groups flouting the rules.
Yeah,
they have decided just to tar everybody with the same brush. It doesn't matter whether you're an individual going on private land or a group that's a CIC like us that's been able to do it legally. It feels like it's just right. Just stop it, blanket.
Yeah.
Why then turn around and say you can go to packed beaches or packed parks?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
I think it's because there's been so many
groups
in the field. I think it's just basically
groups pretending to be businesses. When the police turned up, they got found out they weren't businesses.
And we've seen those.
And they got slated by the anti-detecting, pages.
But D4V, we work closely with archaeologists, with the PAS, with finance liaison officers, and they're very much. They're part of our page. They interact with our page. They support us on digs and rallies. So we're very much embracing the archaeological side with the detecting side.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to distance ourselves at all. We're trying to embrace it, and we very much did it at Ancaster this year.
Yeah.
You know, it was fantastic having them there and being able to like record stuff instantly. I know John, who was with us, he's excellent, absolutely excellent, and he's still now recording finds
Wow.
from then. So
yeah, so obviously you've mentioned Ancaster and that, but so when you started detecting in that, how did the Detecting for Veterans, because it started off as a Facebook group, so how did that come about? What gave you the idea, obviously, of starting Detecting for Veterans?
2015, I thought, right, just set up my own little page. I think it was called Finds from the Field.
Yeah.
Added a few of my friends and added a few people I met through the group digs on Southern Seekers. And just going through the other groups, I thought, God, there's a lot of armed forces veterans metal detecting.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've got a good idea here. Why not have our own detecting group, bit of banter, show the rubbish what we found, have a laugh. So that's what I did. Changed it over to Detecting for Veterans. And someone said, "Oh, what about if we do something fundraising?" And I thought, I know what's coming. But I just organise a Sunday dig here and there, and bang, and that's how it's taken off.
No, Day, it's rum.
Yeah, he's drinking his rum. So that's how it's taken off, and you know, it's grown. What we've got now, 5,000 members.
Yeah.
I think over nearly 1,000 of them are armed forces veterans and serving personnel, and the other 4,000 are loyal supporters of civilians. You know, but yeah, this year, I thought, got the opportunity now. I've been furloughed. I thought, right, let's make this official, because you know I've been asked by charities to take chaps out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, I need insurance. I need this. I need to do this. So I thought, right, I'll just change it to a CIC. You know.
Yeah.
So
I think
after
the rallies and the you know the taking veterans out is just the tip of the iceberg with what we do. I mean, people don't see the behind the scenes with veterans that we're actually helping individually without anybody seeing, and we don't. You know, it's not something we broadcast because actually we respect the privacy of the people that are in the group.
Yeah.
But these are people that we know and that we react with the charities we support, the Veterans Charity and Talking to Minds. We react with them and we get them on board to help these people. And you know, we're doing it on a weekly basis. This is something that happens, and we're talking sort of cash gifts to these people to help people out and support with paying bills.
I was going to mention there that on your Facebook group, obviously I'm not going to mention names because it's no fair on individuals, but you actually helped one of the veterans out with a kit out to detect.
Yeah.
So how do you come into it? As in, how did they get in touch, or does someone get in touch and say, "Look"?
No, he was been on the group for a while. And I think there was a post up about PTSD or something, and he commented on there not being in a good place and whatever. So I just started messaging him, and I saw a retreat out in Ibiza for armed forces veterans to go and have therapy and all that for 2 weeks. So I thought, right, we'll send him there, and it was all in the pipeline. You know, it was all going ahead, and then obviously COVID came down and locked them all out. You know, and he's into metal detecting, he's into history. And I thought, look, this is what I've set this up for, to help someone.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, we've got the money in their bank account. Let's set them right up. Obviously, we're sponsored by Mine Lab and Crawford's main shop in Crawford South in Bournemouth. And obviously, we get a good deal on items. So yeah, we kicked them out with 800 quid's worth of gear, and that's everything, you know, from gloves upwards, spade, pinpointer, books, the machine, headphones. Yeah, he's well over the moon. He goes out at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And then that's just one story. Just one story. I mean, these are, you know, we've got veterans that come on our rallies who we know personally, and Jason probably knows what I'm talking about. And this is wonderful family who, they come and they support us, and they can't even afford really to be there, but they're still there and they want to be part of what we're doing, and it's just amazing. And next year they're coming as our guests.
Yeah,
we want them to be part. We want to be part of their journey. We want them to be part of ours.
Oh, definitely.
Well, it's like last year's rally, wasn't it, Jay? That veteran who turned up with no gear within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, we kicked him out.
And they were there this year with his family.
Yeah. And that rally last year saved his life.
Yeah.
Really. He was at that point of no return.
Yeah. So that's what as well. We not obviously with the Detective for Veterans helping, but as a whole, as in the hobby, we hear a lot that metal detecting helps with the mental health, and especially with that a lot of the veterans with PTSD and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about the hobby that actually helps, and the fact of the free mind? And
I think it's a free mind, isn't it?
Yeah. On an individual basis, it's fresh air and exercise are key. They're key nutrients to mental health. Really, if you can get out and you can get fresh air and you can actually do something that you enjoy, and you feel like you kind of accomplishing something when you pull something out of the ground. It's. I mean, for me, it helps me with my mental health. There's no in skirting around it. It's a bloody big deal.
You just think, when you put your headphones on, I don't think about anything else.
No.
For that 2 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours, 4 hours, or even 9 hours. I just put my headphones on, and I'm just swinging around, looking at the countryside, dig your signal, look at it, and you think, cool, I wonder how they lost that. It's like I say to people, if we can get more veterans out, which we hope we will can next year, it's not just about going detecting, it's when they get home as well. They can find the coin, they can research it, or the artifact, so they're not coming back home to that four walls. They're coming home to do a bit of research on what they found, then plan the next outing.
Yeah, definitely. So Detecting for Veterans itself, can you tell us a little bit about it, in the sense of, like, you support two charities, the Two Minds and the Veterans Charity. Can you tell us a little bit about the charities and what they do? Yeah,
Talking to Minds is set up by a chap called Rob Paxman. He was 22 SAS. He's well known. He's open about what his career was, and obviously he suffered from PTSD, and he set up Talking to Minds at first just for armed forces veterans, but now it's for the blue light services as well. So it's a small charity. They don't fundraise like other charities do. They do it through other things, by putting on boxing events and all that kind of stuff, or they walk the trail in, I think it's Athens, went for the Gladiator Trail, 30-50 miles in full Gladiator kit in about 30 odd degrees. But so that's a PTS charity. It's a great little charity. The Veterans Charity, wow, this is a great charity. This is a welfare charity, so they will help any veteran in need with shopping, white goods, clothing. If you need a laptop, mobile phone, or bills paying, they will help within 12 hours of contact, even within an hour. Once they've done their,
I'm going to say less than that. This last week, less than that.
Once they've done their first checks, there'll be a food shopping and being delivered the next morning. So far this year, they've helped nearly 600 veterans.
Wow.
600 veterans in need of welfare help, and it's a great charity, and they do amazing events. They just did poppies to Paddington, so every train from the southwest stopped at the train stations when we all put a poppy wreath on the train, and it all went to Paddington, and it was a great event. And every year they do the Forces March, which is a 5 marathons in 5 days from Bideford, Ilfracombe in Devon to Bulford Camp, and that's a route taken by the Ox and Bucks light infantry before the D-Day landings in full kit. Well, some people do it in full kit, but some people run it, and one chap run it in 24 hours, the whole route. But yeah, they raised 50 to 60,000 pound on that event, but it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
So far we've raised 14,000 pound at the moment for these two charities.
Yeah.
And hopefully next year, once we've got all of our gear sorted, we want to raise 20, 30, 40, 50,000 pound. But like you say, it's getting the land.
I mean, this is the thing. Like D4V is in its infancy. The last couple of years, it's evolving rapidly, and it is becoming bigger and bigger. With 5,000 people that not only follow the page, but join us on rallies, support us with raffles, donate for just giving, so that we can put money straight back into the charities. And it will get bigger. It will get better. There will be, our own marquees and our own, specific land eventually, land that we can buy that's literally just for us to use for our events. It will get bigger, but it takes time.
It takes time and money. I just bought a marquee. It was £800, but it's saving us money. In the long
You've got to have it.
Yeah, you've got to have it. Our last summer rally with all the COVID equipment, we spent nearly £3,000 on COVID equipment because we had to have it by law. Hand sanitizers, banners. It's like it was mad, but it turned out to be a great rally in there. We had a few hiccups, but I think over 600 items, 700 items were found, and rare stuff as well.
So the rally that you held this year in Ancaster, you've actually held other rallies as well, and I'm looking at them; they're getting bigger each year now, and the reception by everybody is quite good for the Detecting for Veterans. Can you just tell us a little on how hard it is, one, to obtain the land and permissions to act for the Detecting for Veterans? Are the landowners good with it, or?
Well, I think Jay, he gets the land for the big rallies. It's just like butter in his mouth, It's like, oh yeah, can I have that land? Yeah, of course you can.
Literally, well, next year's rally is. So I might as well plug it. So next year's land is on Templar land. It's on a Templar presbytery, which has been demolished, but the foundations are still there, and you can very much see them. But the farmer I met through my job, and I just asked him. I told him what we did, and I asked him, and he just said, "Well, actually, I've got 3 farms, and I've got 5,000 acres. If you want to have it, and they're 3 different sites. So like next year we've got, I think it's about 1,200 acres. It's absolutely huge. This site." And Jason's coming up in December to have a look at the site with me. But this is land that's never, ever, ever been detected. He said there's 2 old chaps that have been on one field at the back there, but we can disregard that field. But the presbytery's never been detected. So what will be there? I mean, I did about 3 hours on there, found half a dozen musket balls and a tiny Roman brooch. So it's definitely never been detected. There's just too much. There's too much stuff there. Man.
Yeah. Phil Wills is asking, do we have a link for your Just Giving page, or so folk can donate while you're actually live as well?
If I can do it live, but I don't know if I can. I'll have to lose you otherwise.
Hold on. I'll see if I can find it. As you Just Giving bit on your
it is on the page,
yeah, Just Giving. I put a post up, or it might be in the announcements.
Treasure Rangers. Just answer your question. Is it the same weekend as next year? It's Jason. It's the 10th next year.
It's the 10th. Is it the 10th, 13th?
10th weekend of the 10th September.
Yeah, It's 3 full days of detecting.
It's 3 full days. So arrive on the Thursday, detect Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all day.
All day.
Well done. Now back in. Copy link address. Well, that's massive. Oh, it's going in. Hold on. What's happening there?
And there's a link to the Just Giving page.
Yeah. So I'll put that in the chat for folk if they wish to donate. That'd be.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, next year's.
How many tickets have we sold next year already?
It's coming close to 300 already.
300. Yeah. I know it's saying
be upwards of 500, I think, by the time.
Once we've done the recce, we'll have a look, see what we can fit on there safely.
Yeah.
And it's 3 full days of detecting as well. We've got the marshals, we've got the equipment. We might have to buy a bit more, but if people want to come on these digs, we've got to spend out. We've got to make sure everyone's safe, everyone's happy. Next year is going to be a few changes. I've got to speak to Jay about this, but we're going to have a ladies only camping area, because we had a lot of single ladies.
We did,
yeah. And they felt a bit not vulnerable, but they thought they all camped together. And I said, well, we'll have a separate area for you next year, just for safeguarding. We've got to safeguard these people who come to our digs. So we've got there's a lot planned next year. There's going to be an announcement soon of another event being taken on behalf of us. It's it's going to be a great event. This is going to be. It's not. We're going to be the receivers of this event. It's but that was going to be announced by another group next week. Hopefully next week. I think they've just doing the final plans now, but it's going to be comedy on wheels. That's all I'm going to say. But it's metal detecting as well, so that's going to be funny. And obviously we've joined up with Southern Seekers UK. Yeah, they've got their raffle license now, and we're going to get 10% a month of the takings they bring in on their raffles.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Donated straight to our bank account. So before they got shut down, the raffles, their weekly raffles were around about £10,000 a week.
Yeah. But that's good. But you're mentioning tickets for your next year's rally. So, Jay, do you want to just tell us where your rough? No, obviously the actual.
No, I don't want to tell you where it is.
But you want to tell a little bit about it and how they can obtain tickets.
So the post is on the Facebook page. You can join onto that, and the payment instructions are on there. So the land is it's an incredible piece of land. Everyone said, "Oh, it's Temple Brewer. It's been detected to hell." We were on there last week, and blah blah blah. Well, this is land that's never ever been detected. I know the farmer and his wife very well, and it promises to be incredible. There was some stuff this year that was picked up on that wasn't perfect. Jason would agree, but there's stuff that was beyond our control.
Yeah.
Next year is that base is covered, and it's very much different because we've got we're going into a conservation area. No, it's not in Lincoln. It's in a conservation area, so there is no green waste. These guys are very, very precious about their land.
Yeah.
And they've never allowed anything like it on the land. It's only literally because I know them that they've allowed it. And as such, Jason's going to come up and meet them. They're fantastic. They know what we're doing it for, and they're very much behind what we're doing it for. And they've got a military background in their family as well, which is fantastic. It does promise to be incredible, and the place is just beautiful. It's just stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not a commercial farm by any stretch of the imagination. This is a proper old school farm, in really historical land. So it promises to be good.
And on your Facebook page, I noticed that you do quite a few raffles as well. So for anybody that's interested, they are great because there's detectors and equipment, but as well as that, there's also free tickets for the next event. I also notice that you're sponsoring or you're supporting the virtual detectival. So you said there's a few tickets there as well.
Yeah, there's two. Yeah, I donated two tickets on that as well. I think everyone needs a pick me up this year. And I spoke to Chris and the website developer, and I said, look, I'll donate you a couple of tickets on that. And it gives people a pickup, doesn't it? And I donated four tickets to a Cornwall metal detecting group. They had their summer rally as well. It was only about 60, 70 people went on that, but donated 4 tickets to there. And obviously we've got another competition on the group. If you've been to any of our digs, you can post up your finds, and whoever gets voted the 12 best finds, that's going to be hopefully made into a calendar for next year. And they're all getting a free ticket for next year as well. It's giving back in it as well. Detectiveville, that was a big event to be cancelled. I just thought, well, it's a bit of a laugh on the computer, isn't it? So you might win the ticket to come.
What's that? Oh, Nick Faye War Relics is saying he would love to come back. He won't know if he can make it in August.
It's in September.
Yeah. September the 10th. Yeah, it's the weekend of the 10th.
Yeah. So when the winners of these tickets and that, what happens there? Do you just keep a database of who's won it, and then
I put them straight on the gate list and just put winners next to them. That's all I do. It's obviously now we've got a new website built because it's on WordPress, so we can hold more information on there. So soon payments will be coming through that website straight to our bank account. The new merchandise will be on there. We're going to have a blog on there. We've got landowner contacts to come through on there as well. Recovery service as well for jewelry. So it's but yeah, I got someone to make that for me, a website company, and they did it within 3 weeks. And it was a good price, not to, it was a good price, not to argue with. I've had some quotes of like £3,500. I thought, I'm not paying that for a website.
So is the web page just like a page, or is it like a join type?
It's 7 pages. It's 7 pages altogether. It's you can shop on there. It's got the charity links on there. It's got events on there. We can add pages, so we can put a forum up if we want to.
Yeah.
So once I can get into it and have a look, then hopefully by the new year be fully up and running, and all the digs will be on there as well.
Yeah. So as well as your own like charity rallies, will we see you on other main events potentially, like trying to gain support and raise funds for it?
Yeah, we've been invited to the big ones next year. It's all about logistics and getting it all sorted. But yeah, I'd love to go on some of these big ones just to tell people what we're about and what we're doing.
Be good to get to a detectival when it's back to normal. Take us as a group, and me and Jason and a couple of the admin. And this is the thing. It's not just me and Jason. This is Jason's baby, and I'm very much part of what's happening with the group. But we've got a fantastic team of admin that supported us at Ancaster. And there's a lot of hard work that they put in, like hours and hours in the fields, like
marshalling,
and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And these guys are doing it for nothing. They're doing it, as I do, just literally because it's supporting the group.
Yeah.
So it's not just us. So it'd be good to take a couple across.
Yeah. On top of that, though, Jay. So while everybody's hearing that, how can people get involved to help you or raise funds? What can you do?
Well, yeah, easiest way. We've obviously got the Just Giving page. Join the Facebook group as a first. We've got the raffles on there. Get on and support the raffles and stick some money in for the raffles. We've got the Secret Santa one going on at the minute, which will be drawn for Christmas. I think we've sold about 220 tickets already at €5 ticket. So, and everything's going back into prizes. It's not going back for the charities or anything else. It's just going into prizes. So, the more that goes into that, the more we can give back to people. So
nice. And can people, when you do your rallies, can people get involved? As in volunteer to be a steward or that? Give up their time to come and help be stewards?
Yeah, I think if people are interested in becoming regional admins, then you should get in touch with either Jason or myself, and let us know that what they can bring to the party. If they want to be part of what we're doing, then we're always happy to have extra support, because it's a lot of work. It's a hell of a lot of work. Next year's rally is it's going to take some serious doing. I mean, it's this year we were touch and go that it was going to happen, but even then, at 250 people, it was. I mean, me and Jason were running ragged. I was shattered 2 weeks before, and for 2 weeks after, I was shattered.
Yeah. I travelled for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Did 30 minutes of detecting. Found £2.10p, and that was it.
Yeah. This year's rally looked quite good, and I quite like the support from everybody as well, because they all put the Detecting for Veterans badge on their Facebook.
I thought that was great. That was.
Yeah, it was really good. As well as that, though, actually looking at it, it looked like quite a good event, because looking at the videos and that, you were actually quite near an archaeological site, weren't you?
Yes, we were. Yeah. Literally in the next field. I mean, John, our archaeologist that was with us, the field beyond where a lot of the finds came from on day one. Yeah, on the Saturday. There's a graveyard there. There's a Saxon graveyard, and a Saxon gravestone came out of the field that we were detecting in. And it was made difficult because the farmer had put some green waste on there, not knowing what was in it. I mean, he genuinely didn't know what was in it. So apart from, we've got enough IKEA parts to refit a new IKEA now, but it is what it is. But the amount of incredible stuff that came out of there, brooches, Republican coins, first, second century coins, and it was just unreal.
Skeet, what came up was amazing, wasn't it?
Skeets and the stator came up from the top field, and it was just, we had Julian Evan Hart down in the bottom field with John, and he was just like, I cannot believe what I am seeing. The Cistercius literally came out of the ground like it had just been minted. Just incredible.
And there was, like you said, there were some rare Roman coins there as well, weren't there?
Rare,
first century rare ones,
Yeah, I mean, a Republican Caesar coin came up with the elephant on the back.
Yeah.
Which is like, how in the hell is that here? This has been minted in Rome. What is it doing here? But
that little Ancaster skeet, though, that is gorgeous.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. The third one only to be found.
Wow.
And it's not just about the the people that were with us, it's not just about the incredible things that we find, but there was people there that had found their first Roman brooch.
Yeah.
You know, and me and Jason are rocking around on quad bikes trying to get around to people, and I stopped and talked to some of these people, and it literally they're blown away by this incredible brooch that they found.
Yeah.
And it's the first Roman thing they've ever found. You know,
Yeah,
some
their
people
first
go through
hammering.
their entire detecting life not finding a Roman brooch. You know, and these people have been out, and it's their first Roman brooch, the first Roman item they found.
I was on a dig and I thought I'd found my first Roman brooch too. I thought I found a nice, lovely little fibula. I say lovely, but it looked kind of degraded and stuff like that. And I was, because it had the little arm where the pin would be, and just the shape it and the bow in it, I was like, this is, yeah, it's got to be. It's just degraded. And then I went up to a guy and he went, yeah, no, what do you think it is? And I said it, and he was like, nah, I see it. That's just bronze slag. I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Roman brooch, but it wasn't. It was just slag. I was like,
yeah. Some of those disc brooches what came up with full enamels.
Oh, beautiful.
Like,
yeah.
it's unreal. And that
duck brooch came up.
I love the lead figurine of the emperor's shoulders where
that was actually one of our admin. That was Angie that dug that up.
Yeah.
Cut it off. You know, they've actually cut his shoulders off the body, folded the lead over, and put them into the ground for either religious or when he was killed. Yeah. It was amazing, that find was.
Now, is that the one that made the Treasure magazine? Because I seen one that was a Roman head that come out the ground, a figurine. That was quite impressive as well.
That was Angie. It was Angie Brickles that found that. Yeah,
gorgeous. That is. I think we're in the magazine this month.
Are you?
For Ancaster, and I think it's three pages long.
Julian was quite excited.
Yeah, Julian was. He was gobsmacked. The amount of fines, what was found, and the condition of fines, and how the rally was ran. You know, considering what we're up against. You know.
Yeah.
It was.
You're gonna get critics no matter what you do and how hard you work. You're gonna get critics, but ultimately, it was probably. I mean, people were saying to me it was the best rally they've ever been on.
Yeah.
So I mean, that to me is. I mean, that's awesome that people had a good time.
It's like Jay says. It's not just about finding stuff, is it? It's getting together, having a laugh, talk about what's going on in our lives. You know. And then you know, we had a few people there who real bad PTSD or. You know, we've got one couple who come every year now for free. Well, we'll have two couples coming to next year for free. But you know, good old Shawnee, he's out on the fields 9 hours a day, and he's on
massive physical injuries.
He's got massive physical injuries, and he's out there non-stop. And it's like, this is why I did this group.
He is a machine. He is a machine.
He is, the first rally he came to last year.
Yeah.
Some of the ground with plough, it was like half a foot deep, but he was just running across it on his prosthetic stumps. You know, he's thinking, "Wow, mate!" He was out there 9 hours a day just digging.
And it is good to see. It must be very, very rewarding as well to see you helping people.
Yeah. And these are, you know, and it's more than that. These are friends of ours now.
Yeah,
very much friends of ours.
Yeah,
definitely.
Anyway, if we can help anyone, we will. You know, we're going to do a bit different next year because we don't just want every Dick and Harry coming up saying, "I've served for this, I've served that." You know, I want to get to metal. Can you help me? We're going to do a few checks. You know, we've got to. You know, we've got to make sure it's going to the right people. You know, if they can prove, you know, they've been to therapy or they're having therapy, or you know, they want to get into the hobbies of what we've got now. We've just been donated 5 XP 150 machines by a group member. You know, that costs, you know, they were £350 each, brand new, and they've only been used twice. So what we're going to do is if anyone comes and says, "Look, I want to get out detecting," if they fall in the regional area, what we do is I'll send one of those machines up to the regional admin. They can take that person out 3 or 4 times, see how they get on. And if they want to carry on with the hobby, then we'll look at, helping them out getting kitted up.
Yeah.
But like you say, we can't do that on thin air, we've got to get the crowdfunding going, sponsorships, raffles, like you say, but it just takes time. It does take time, but if we can get the land coming in, then we can get the money coming in. Simple as.
I got plenty of land as long as you don't mind coming up to Lincolnshire.
But you're the regional admin for Lincoln.
Oh, talking about Lincoln though, so what kind of things are we looking forward to finding then, Jay?
What for next year?
Hammered.
What for me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, not hammered.
No hammered.
No.
But with the Roman scene though, because obviously you have, I don't know how many coins and brooches I've seen you post that you keep finding.
So currently I've got 78 denarii off one field.
Wow.
And 650 bronze Roman. I've got 20 brooches bronze, 2 silver brooches.
Silver brooches?
Yeah. The Roman knee brooch I got, that was a silver. I've got another one that's actually encased in poop.
It's encased in poop?
Yep.
Wow.
It's absolutely solid, but it's a trumpet brooch and it's encased in poop and I can't get it out. It's solid.
Wow.
Absolutely solid, like concrete.
Yeah. So with these brooches, because obviously you see some of them that come out and they are just bronze, aren't they? But you get other ones that are nicely enamelled and stuff like that. How do you treat them when you get them home for like cleaning? Do you clean them or do you just leave them when they're enamelled?
If there's enamel in it, no. It's just literally I'll get a cotton bud with some gentle water and just clean the edges off and leave it. I don't do anything with it.
Nice. So when it comes to research for these both and stuff like that, and I'm talking about researching your finds, what do you use for researching your finds and stuff, especially when it comes to like Roman and things like that?
Internet.
Internet, and actually I've got a direct line to my flow, and I can be in the field and find something, and she'll go, yeah, that's Valens, or that's Constantine, or that's a Septimus Severus, or that's a Antonius Pius, or whatever. She'll just tell me instantly, so I know instantly who it is.
Wow.
I use Facebook.
Yeah.
There's loads of Facebook experts out there.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, I've got the books. I've got the Sphinx and the finds books here. So it's
those finds books. That is. I don't know how many I've got it, but they've just brought out the new finds identified book as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when because at first when it said it was dress fittings and that, because I got the first one, I thought it was that good illustrated. I'll get the second one, and I couldn't believe it. I opened up and there's over 100 pages. It just brooches.
Yeah.
And nice Roman brooches and that in there, but it gives you the details of them and the ears and stuff. So it's quite good. Like
I think the brooch I got last year off the Valley last year, I think that's going into Britannia because it's the only one that's ever been found. So
your little horse.
Yeah, little horse brooch.
That was amazing. That was amazing find.
So you find stuff like that, and down south, I always find it surprising because when you're down south, you see everyone and you're like, "Oh, did you get to keep it?" And they're like, "Yep, I've got to keep that." In Scotland, if you find anything like that, and you go, "Oh yeah," and Treasure Trove are like, "Nope, that's claimed."
Yeah, I haven't seen the horse since.
No. Yeah, we don't get to keep it, like,
I haven't seen it since.
They're very, very good on claiming anything that they find significant. It's gone, like, definitely.
I don't think that's a bad thing either.
See, I don't mind them. Obviously, it's nice to have it in your collection, shall we say? But I don't mind it. I just what's upsetting when it comes to finds. and it'll be the same down south as well with the museums and stuff, is when they get it, then it goes in a drawer and then gets shut up and may never get displayed. And that's
a big thing, isn't it? It's
by my flow actually. Well, it's not the flow. I had a crossbow brooch that they lost.
Wow.
They lost it, complete with the pin, and it's gone.
That is mental. So what happens when things like that happen though, that they lose it? And
but
that's it. You don't get anything.
No, it's not treasure. It's gone. There's no valuation. Wow. There's no.
That's
sorry, we've lost it.
Yeah. So when you get your finds in that, do you drive them to the phone now, or do you actually still post them?
No, I take them to them.
Yeah. We've got a good service here in Somerset. In Taunton, we've got a good flow.
Yeah.
We've got a new one now, but yeah, they are good down here. That Roman I found, they recorded it within a day and a half.
Wow.
Online. And then she tagged a British Museum Roman expert in it, and he sent me a lovely email. He said, "Oh, thank you very much for recording this. It's much appreciated."
Yeah.
And he just gave me the whole spiel of the coin. He said, "Any other further help needed, just email me."
Yeah.
And I think that's how it should be. It shouldn't be us and them.
No,
it's pathetic. I think we've got 4 FLOs on our group, and we've got about 16, 70 Archies on our group. And we've got to work together. I've just had 2 emails back from one from the Cotswold archaeological team and one from Wessex archaeological team.
Yeah.
Where I've asked them, can we come out, on digs to see how you work and see how we can use metal detecting to search for items what you might miss. And they said, yeah, we're up for that. We just got to find you the right sites, because obviously we can't go onto building sites or anything like that because of you need a CCS card, don't you, in your health and safety certificates. But anything like someone's back garden or a farmer's field, they're going to try and get us out doing stuff like that, which is great because we're both learning.
Oh yeah, well, that's a great thing about this hobby though. I don't think even like, well, there's Nick, who's been detecting like over about 5 decades, I think he said. But you're always learning. You never know about it. You just keep learning. There's always new things to be found, new things to learn, and that's what keeps it interesting, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's a great hobby. You just don't know what you're going to find next, do you? I said to myself on my permission the other day, it was so weird. I said, right, going home now. If my last signal is not between 18 and 19, that's it. I'm turning off my machine. I walk 4 foot forward, swang my machine, solid 19. I thought, I said it now. I've got to dig it, and obviously it was that Roman coin. And it's funny thing is as well, my daughter's footstep was on that exact point where we were from the week before. She walked straight over it.
But that just highlights a good point, though, isn't it? Like when you said earlier, Jay, that folk are like, "Oh, fields have been detected to death," and everything. They're not. A field's never done. It's never done, and especially down south on arable land and stuff, when it's getting constantly ploughed. The minute that field's ploughed, it's a new field. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you just never know.
My farmer, he ploughs down to 12 inches.
Wow.
So whatever he brings up, to drop that down 12 inches.
Yeah.
But the next year he can bring that same item up and it'd be 2 inches.
Yeah.
And the weather helps as well. If it's wet, you're laughing because you're going to get the deeper signals.
Yeah.
I've been running digs on the Somerset levels, only 10, 20 of us. And I was putting coins up 14 inches because it's a PE land, but the signal was just banging. And I was just thinking, this is ridiculous. I had Edward VII penny at 14 inches. I thought, wow. And it was lovely condition as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I love finding pennies as well. Anything like that. If I find one coin on the dig, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, I'm even happy with like a Vicky or one of the Georgies 5th, 6th. I'm on about there.
Yeah.
Just as long as I get detail and I'm able to see it. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Like, I found a George II coin, and I could just make out his head, which way he was facing, and that that made my day. The rest of the day was just basically, I think it was I found the rest of the day, like, but I only found that one coin. But I think what made it even more pleasing was the fact that I was next to an electric fence, and my detector, I don't know if you've stood next to an electric fence, but you're not. But every few seconds, it gives you like the double hit, and you're like, oh no, that's just electric fence I'm standing next to. Yeah. It was good.
No, it is a great hobby, you know, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time we can all be out on our little permissions again, or hopefully, well, I've got some digs organised for December anyway, so it's you know, if we can get on them, it's great, but
it must always be hard when you organise digs as well, and then obviously with the lockdown, I mean, having to cancel them and let people know, look, unfortunately we're having to postpone this, because like the land, it depends on if the land's available next time for you.
Yeah, well, luckily the one on the 6th of December, it's pasture, never been detected, and it's got a 12th century castle on it, so it's that seems, that does seem nice. That's 150 acres we've got on that, but if we can get the numbers back to 50, then it's going to be a nice day.
Yeah.
But we'll see what's going to happen on the 2nd of December, isn't it?
Definitely.
I just can't see the problem of a person in a field metal detecting. I just don't understand it. It's not.
No,
I went to Asda. We went to Asda today to do a food shop, and people were complaining to the store manager, there's too many people in here. It was absolutely rammed. And when we came out, the security guards stopped people from coming in.
Yeah.
And they've admitted today the supermarkets is the biggest spread of COVID now. He's thinking, oh my God, and I can't even go on my permission, 250 acres in the middle of the countryside, 10 minutes away in a car.
That is
in nowhere.
Yeah, it is mental at the moment. Like, and DCMS, I didn't get their bulletin that they put out, their guidelines. It just didn't make sense to me when I seen it. Like, not a lot of people complained about it, but in the sense of, but like I think it was on one of your posts, the governing body, we don't really have one to put a voice for us.
We don't.
No. And like I said, I'm not slating the NCMD at all. I'm not slating them. No. It's we need a voice.
Yeah.
You know, angling have got a voice. Shooting's got a voice. You know, they've got British Association of Shooting. You know, they've got a voice. You know, that's why they pay £25 a year membership to have a voice, and that's what we should pay. I don't mind paying 25 quid if we got a voice.
Yeah,
you know, people spend that on the takeaway vans at digs.
But I don't think that's NCMD that's going to do that.
No, it's we need a governing body to say, right, this is metal detecting, this is how it's run, this is the businesses what go with it. You know, we all want to work together. We all want to follow the code of conduct.
Yeah.
You know, and we want our own voice. You know, every time I put on a dig, I always invite the FLO for that area. And like they said, we haven't got the time to come out. Or but luckily they're on the end of the phone. You know, if something does happen, they're on the end of the phone to give you advice. But you've got to do it properly, because there are so many anti-detectorists out there.
Yeah.
You post up the video in the wrong light, but they're on it, and that's your name.
I think for me that's what's very disappointing in our hobby. There's so I'm going to say like the vast majority of us are law abiding, follow the rules, record what we're meant to, and then you get the minority that obviously night hawkers or break the rules, and they're jumped on and publicised, and our hobby gets put in bad light. And it's just like
I said to someone the other day, night hawkers are not metal detectorists.
No,
night hawkers are criminals using metal detectors. Simple.
Yeah.
They're using that tool to go out to steal.
Yeah.
Same poachers, isn't it? They're using a gun, they're using a fishing rod to go out to steal something valuable which they can sell on. They're not fishermen, they're not gamekeepers, they're not shooters. They are criminals using a piece of equipment to their advantage.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't be tarred with that. It's we're the ones what come home, ring up our flow, or send our email to a flow with all our pictures. We're the ones recording it.
Yeah.
Don't tar us with that. Yes, we might do it in a stupid way. We get excited on the field if a horde comes up, but we learn by our mistakes and we make it better. If any hordes come up on our digs now, we cordon that area off. The finder stays in that cordon area with a marshal. If he needs help digging it out, if we ring out the flow on a Sunday, say, look, we've got a important find here. We can't leave it. Can we dig it up? And and I've worked with the Somerset archaeological team. They turned around and said, if you just take photographs of every layer you take off, and get a measuring stick if you can, that's absolutely fine. If you just take it off bit by bit, don't go in with a digger or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just do it how we would do it, but photograph every bit. So I have done it that way, because that's what they've asked us to do. But we got jumped on, why don't they leave it? Well, there's 75 other people here. I'm not saying they're all wrong uns, but they could just tell that wrong person, and the next day that whole find's gone. People can't just camp out overnight to protect a horde or significant find. And that's why I've asked to go on some archaeological digs, is to learn if we ever need to do it for real, then we can learn how to take those layers off, and we will have that equipment on board, to do it with. That's what our next step will be. We will have a GPS marker, we will have, a proper measuring stick and all that. It just in case we need to do it, if no one's on site or no one can get to us, and we've got to learn how the other team works as well, and they've got to learn how we work in the field as well, and bringing that together, and it should be
you've just added another question. I've only got two final questions for you because we're just over an hour, but so what you're saying there, what do you think of the new or what's your thoughts on this IOD?
I've been asked to go in a focus group. I'll put it out there now. I've been asked to go in the focus group. I think we need people in a focus group to see what they want to bring forward. If we didn't have anyone on the focus group, then they can bring anything forward, can't they?
Yeah, definitely.
If they're ball crapping us, we can turn around and say this ain't good enough. And there's people on that focus group who are well known in the detecting world. And I mean well known, YouTubers, magazine editors, business owners, because they want to know what's going on. If we just turn around and say, "Oh, none of us want to be on it," well, they can bring in anything they want. Then it'd be our own fault for not putting our voice forward. I've been asked. I'm still umming and ahhing on it. I just, I speak to Keith Westcott, who the chap is, and he spoke to me, and in the last couple of days, he's been on the phone to DCMS every day trying to get this overturned. So is the NCMD. But people saying, they're going to make us have a license. And I said, look, the license at the moment is for us to go on archaeological digs where we couldn't have got on.
Right.
So if to say a building site.
Yeah.
They've got their own metal detectors, but they don't know how to bloody use them. You go on a course, you do your CCS card, and you'll do a course that way. Then you'll get a license. So if they need to call in we're not professionals. We know how to use the machine. So if they need anyone local, then they've got a database of who is local, and they can ring them up and say, look, can you come on this site and help us, find anything we've missed? That's what it's all about at the moment. But until we get told more, then we need that people in that focus group to be our voice. And he's on the 3rd of December on Dave's show.
Yeah, so that's what I was just going to say. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing that, just to see what it's like.
Yeah, because he has had a lot of slack from it. You know, oh yeah, he's got 50 grand from English Heritage. English Heritage have tried banning metal detecting years ago. Yeah, that was years ago. If they wanted to ban it, they would have banned it by now.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't banned it now. You know, we are self-regulating ourselves, aren't we, really, when we're in the field?
Yeah.
Because we haven't got a governing body. We haven't, yes, we follow a code of conduct, that's it. You know, we haven't got a governing body who says, right, this is what needs to be done when you organise a dig. And, you know, we've got a new group now, rallies and dig group admins. It's how to get rally organisers with a voice, you know, what needs to be done for when you organise a rally or organise a dig. And the first thing I said, if you're organising a rally, organise a dig, you got to be a registered business. You've got to have that insurances. You've got to have your risk assessments all on show. You know, you've got to do it properly.
So see, when you're on about organising rallies as well, is it just public liability, or is there more insurances involved in it?
I've got
for organising rallies.
Yeah, I've got a business insurance.
Yeah.
So that covers my marshals, up to 10 marshals on a dig. Obviously my equipment for the business. The public liability, which is good for us, it covers up to 500 diggers.
Yeah.
So if anyone comes on our digs, they don't need FID, they don't need NCMD.
Yeah.
We are insured because we are a organisation, so we get a proper liability insurance for up to 500 people. And if we need to, like we say, we do a one-off 1,000 person dig, we can up the insurance. But yeah, we're fully insured for everything.
It's good that you are fully insured for that. But I just add to that as well, though, it's still good to have your own insurance for going out digging, like especially on your own.
Yeah, I've still got my NCMD.
Yeah,
I've still got it, you know. And like I said, I'm not knocking them. You know,
no.
I've been asked to go on the Southwest panel on the NCMD as well. It's difficult because a lot of people say the NCMD is stuck in the old ways, and I can see it. You know, we don't pay them a membership of where we can vote the board in or have a say. You know, if they said, you know, I was speaking to one of them the other day, you know, members left because they put the price up by 50p. I said, well, let them leave then, innit? They're not insured. You know, if we want to keep this hobby, we need a voice, a governing body. And like they just say, it takes a lot of money. I said, that's fine. 25 quid, if you can get 10,000 diggers on board, that's 250 grand a year. You know, that's your money, that's your income to get this organization running. You get your, you know, this get this up and running. But yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, it is difficult. I think we've got a rough road to come, I think, in this hobby.
Well,
you know, we either use our voices or we don't, and we lose our hobby.
Yeah, and this situation's just I would say highlight it in the sense that we don't have that voice where, like what was with the DCMS guidelines, and nobody there to actually stand up and say, look, what you on about?
Yeah, it made me mad when I found out rough shooting and fishing can carry on private land.
Yeah.
But the DCMS are not moving of taking that private permission bit off. Yeah, don't have any group digs. I'm not bothered about group digs.
Yeah.
I'm worried about some of our members who are suffering with PTSD and they're stuck indoors. And they can see people going fishing, and they can see people going shooting, or they can see people going horse riding, but he or she's not allowed to go out in the middle of nowhere on a field metal detecting.
Yeah. I don't know how it would make me feel, in the sense there's a gentleman I know that on the permission I've got, he does shooting there. And if I wasn't allowed to detect, but he's allowed to walk around shooting, I don't know how that would make me feel like. I guess anger would be one word for it.
And another downside of this hobby is a lot of people have stuck the middle finger up to the government and have gone out detecting and are posting fines up. And I think that's a bit silly, because we have said through our admin chat, we don't post any fines up. If people have been detecting, unless they put from a beach or from a park, we're not posting fines up on our group, because we've got the people in our group, the Flows and the Arkies, who are watching this hobby. You know, they're watching what's being found, what's being said. You know, and I'm just thinking, why are you posting this up? Because you know you're not allowed out. You know, they're saying it's guidelines. Yes, it was guidelines before we were in lockdown, but as soon as we're in lockdown, it's law. You can get fined. Your landowner can get fined.
Yeah.
If you want to lose this hobby, you just carry on, mate. You do what you want, innit? But
yeah, definitely. We've just got the metal detecting channel just joined us there. Well, we're just coming to an end as well. So for the final question, because we've been streaming for like an hour 17. So obviously the Detecting for Veterans, a great charity organisation. The links will be in the description below. Please go check them out and stuff. But for yourself, Jason and Jay, where would you like to see Detecting for Veterans go over the next coming months and years?
Oh Christ, that's a hard one for me.
Yeah.
I like us to be covering all of the UK. You know, having digs every week, every part of the UK if we can. Not just about raising money; it's about getting people out detecting who need to get out, who need a hobby to get out. You know, for the reason we set up the CIC for. You know, the more veterans we can get involved, or the more serving personnel. You know, get them involved in metal detecting because they're suffering from PTSD or other issues.
Yeah,
that's where I want to be. You know, next year I want to help at least 20 people next year for full setup, get them out detecting, and get regional digs going. So our name is still out there, but you know, in different parts of the country.
Yeah, definitely.
But
for me, very much the same. I just I see the group growing and expanding, and seeing where we can take it to the next level. Really, with what we've done so far, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to do.
Yeah, and what we've done, I think altogether we've put on around about 16 digs in 3 years. It's not a lot, but it takes a lot of time to organise those 16 digs. But now
that would just get bigger.
Yeah, now I'm full time. Hopefully in December I'll have 4 digs if we're allowed to do it. In January I want 4 or 5 digs going. But it takes time. It takes a lot of work to get those permissions. But the feedback I get from the farmers and that is, come down, love what you're about and what your ethos is about, and come and have a good day.
What I'll say is, Detect for Veterans is a great cause, and you do great work. And I'm sure from everybody that's watching as well, you probably don't get enough, but to you and all your admins as well, thank you very much. It is appreciated.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been great. Thank you for
thank you very much for having us.
And it's been great having you on. But so I'll leave it for now, folks, and I'll catch you on the next live. So take care, good luck, and happy hunting, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.